Hey everyone, my name is Ryan. I'm 24 years old and I'm from Indonesia. But just a few months ago, I couldn't speak a single full sentence in English. Not even something simple like, "Can you help me?" Every time I tried, I froze. My heart raced. My mouth went dry and the words disappeared. Today, I can speak fluently. I can understand movies, make international friends, and even work online with people from different countries. But trust me, 3 months ago, I was completely lost. This is not a miracle story. This is a real story, my story. And if you've ever felt stuck or scared to speak English, this story is your story too. It all started with one simple dream, to get a remote job with a foreign company. I'm a designer, and I wanted to work with clients from the US and Europe. One day, I got an amazing email. "Hi, Ryan, we love your portfolio. Can we schedule an interview next Monday?" I was so excited. I told my family, this is it. This is my chance. But when the interview started, everything collapsed. The recruiter said, "Hi, Ryan, nice to meet you. Can you tell me a little about yourself?" My mind went blank. I wanted to say, "I'm a graphic designer with 3 years of experience. I love creative work," but what came out was, I am graphic, yes, experience, good." I will never forget that silence. The recruiter smiled politely and said, "Okay, thank you, Ryan. We'll get back to you." Of course, they never did. That night, I couldn't sleep. I stared at my ceiling and said to myself, "Ryan, you didn't lose that job because you're not talented. You lost it because you couldn't express yourself." That moment hit me hard. English wasn't just a subject in school anymore. It was a key. And I didn't have it. The next morning, I made a promise to myself. I will learn English. And I will do it in 3 months. No excuses. I didn't have money for classes. I didn't have time for long grammar lessons. But I had something else, desperation and focus. So I created my own system, which I called the mouth-first method. Because the problem wasn't that I didn't know English, it was that I couldn't speak it. My brain understood, but my mouth was silent. So I decided to train my mouth first, before anything else. The first week was simple. Every morning I stood in front of a mirror and spoke to myself in English. Not perfect English, just English. I said things like, "Good morning, Ryan. How are you today? I am happy. I feel motivated. I will work hard today." At first it felt weird, like talking to a crazy person, but slowly, my tongue started to move naturally. I realized that speaking English is like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So I promised myself, every day for 15 minutes, I'll talk to myself in English. No grammar books, no translations, just speaking. After 1 week, I could already form simple sentences faster. My confidence started to grow. In the second week, I found something powerful, shadowing. I watched short English videos, movie scenes, interviews, even TikToks, and repeated what the speakers said in real time. At first, it was hard. I couldn't match their speed, but I didn't stop. I listened, paused, repeated, listened again, repeated again. Slowly, I began to copy their rhythm and tone. This is how I learned pronunciation, not from reading phonetic symbols, but by imitating real people. My favorite video was one from Robert Downey Jr. He said, "Listen, smile, agree, and then do whatever you were going to do anyway." I repeated that line more than 50 times. By the end of week 2, I noticed something crazy. I started thinking in English. When I wanted water, my brain didn't say "Pani" first. It said, "I need water." That's when I knew something was changing inside me. After 2 weeks, I had rhythm. Now, I needed real communication. So I joined language exchange apps like HelloTalk and Tandem. Every day, I messaged 2 or 3 people from different countries. At first, I made so many mistakes. I wrote things like, "I am go market now." But people understood me, and they replied kindly. I learned by chatting, not by studying rules, but by living English. Then I did something even scarier. I started voice calls with English speakers. The first time I tried, my hands were shaking. But the person I talked to said, "Hey, Ryan, don't worry. I understand you." That moment gave me so much energy. I realized that mistakes don't kill you. Silence does. So I started speaking every day. One short call, one short chat. And every time I improved a little more. By the end of the first month, I could hold a 5-minute conversation. It wasn't perfect, but it was real English. Now, I wanted English everywhere around me, so I changed everything in my environment. My phone language, English. My laptop, English. My music playlist, English songs. My YouTube feed, only English videos. I created a small English world around me. Every night I watched one English movie or TV episode with English subtitles. Then I wrote 5 sentences from the movie in my notebook and spoke them out loud. For example, from Friends, I wrote, "I'll be there for you." That's not even a word. Could you be any more annoying? These short sentences helped me understand real conversation style. Soon, I noticed that I could understand 70% of the dialogues. It felt like magic. By the 3rd month, something changed completely. I was no longer afraid to speak. In fact, I wanted to speak all the time. One day, I joined an online English conversation group. There were people from India, Egypt, Japan, and Mexico. We talked about travel, food, and hobbies. And for the first time, I spoke freely for 30 minutes. After that session, one of the members said, "Ryan, your English is really good. How long have you been learning?" I said, 3 months. They were shocked, but it was true. Just 3 months before, I couldn't say, "How are you?" confidently. Now I was leading group discussions. So how did I really do it? Let me tell you the 5 things that made all the difference. 1. I trained my mouth before my mind. I didn't wait to be perfect. I started speaking immediately, even with mistakes. 2. I created habits, not goals. Every day I spoke for 15 minutes no matter what. Small steps became a big change. 3. I learned from real English, not from textbooks, movies, YouTube videos, conversations. That's how native speakers really talk. 4. I surrounded myself with English. I turned my environment into a teacher. My phone, songs, and apps all became lessons. 5. I stopped being afraid of mistakes. Once I stopped caring about being perfect, I finally became fluent. Today, I work as a freelance designer for international clients. I talk to people from the US, Canada, and Australia every day, confidently, fluently, and naturally. Sometimes they ask me, "Ryan, where did you learn English?" And I smile and say, "From my bathroom mirror." Because that's where everything began. Maybe right now you feel like your English is terrible. Maybe you feel shy or nervous when you speak. But listen to me. You are not bad at English. You are just not trained yet. Speaking English is not a gift. It's a skill. And like any skill, you can train it every single day. If you speak 1 sentence today, you'll speak 10 next week. If you speak 10 next week, you'll speak 100 next month. It doesn't matter how slow you go. What matters is that you don't stop. So from today, don't say, I'm learning English. Say, I'm living in English. Because when English becomes part of your life, fluency becomes natural. Thank you for listening to my story. If my journey inspired you, remember this: your voice matters. Don't hide it behind fear or grammar books. Use it, train it, trust it, because your mouth can learn faster than you think. And in just 3 months, you might surprise yourself, just like I did. This is Word Glow. Keep learning, keep glowing.